everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It is a cool autumnal evening here in Findlay, Ohio, and it's a WTF Wednesday, so we're going to try a new beer. Again, the WTF Wednesdays is basically my opportunity to try some of the beers from the microbreweries and stuff that I probably wouldn't showcase on this channel. And it's a chance to go through some of the beers I drank years ago. When I was in college or a younger guy, I drank a lot of these microbrews because, to be fair, in many instances, this was all that was really around. If I was lucky, I could steal some of my dad's better beers, but in most instances, this is kind of what you were stuck with. So today we're going to do Busch Light. So Busch Light is from Anheuser-Busch. I'm sure many of you have had this at one point or another over the years. This started in 1955 as Busch Bavarian, and over the years it's kind of evolved. Now it looks like the Busch brand has a couple of different options. They have the regular Busch, Busch Light, Busch Ice, Busch non-alcoholic, and I saw somewhere on the internet, somebody did a review on a Busch Apple. I've never seen that one, but it looked kind of interesting. I would try it for the check-in on Untappd and just to see what it's like. All right, so let's check this out. This beer on Untappd gets a 2.47. On Beer Advocate, a 1.81. If this was its college GPA, this beer would be academically ineligible to play, right, with a 181. But let's see what it's like. Using the jar here instead of some of the fancy glassware, because I don't think Busch Light needs the fancy glassware, right? If you want to have a good time, go read the comments about this beer on Beer Advocate. They're actually quite funny. It's kind of back and forth between people bashing it as the worst beer ever brewed and people saying it's the greatest thing ever. One person even ended their review with "God bless America." So let's check it out. Kind of crystal clear yellow like we'd expect. More ahead, more foam than I thought was going to be there. Kind of a nondescript, kind of sweet smell like you'd expect with a lot of the adjunct lagers. I thought I read this was brewed with malt and with malt and with corn, but you kind of get that sweet smell like you would with an adjunct lager. Taste, honestly, there's not a whole lot going on there. It's light, definitely. I guess refreshing. If you're not a huge fan of heavier or darker beers, it's kind of on the light side. It's not offensive. I wouldn't say that it's good, but I wouldn't say that it's the worst thing I've ever drank either. There are some really bad kind of cheap macro beers out there, and this isn't really there. This is maybe like a Coors Light kind of thing where it's middle of the road light beer. I don't think it tastes as tinny as a Coors Light does. They have that kind of metallic taste to them that I'm not really a fan of. This might taste like, if I had to guess it or pull out the beer ingredients, slightly grainy, a bit sweet from the corn, but not overly sweet. I thought it would be a sweeter taste to it. It's just kind of there. I know some of the reviews on Beer Advocate were quite funny, saying if you were mowing the lawn, this is what you want. If you get up at 7 a.m. and crack a beer, this is what you want. And I'm sure to a lot of people, this is what they go for. If you wanted to drink a bunch of beers, relatively cheap, not real strong flavors or tastes, this would probably do the job. For me, it's not really something that I would want to drink again, not because it's offensive and gross, but, I guess I'm kind of at the stage where I like to taste different flavors, whether it's sours or IPAs or whatever they are. I like kind of to taste those different things that are in the beer. With this, it just kind of tastes like, I don't know, beer water or something like that. It's beer flavored, it's there, but it's kind of so light that it's not really something I would want to drink again. So Busch Light, you get the thumbs down. I wouldn't really pick up another one. If you've had Busch Light and you like it, let me know what you think about it. Like I said, I'm sure most of the beer drinkers, even the most refined beer drinkers, probably started out with something like this back in the day. I think my first run-in with Busch was probably about 8th grade, cutting through the cemetery with a friend. Some older kids we knew were drinking Busch, not Busch Light, but Busch Ponies, the little bottles, and offered us some. I had a couple, and that was about it. It didn't stand out even as a young man. So, Busch Light, unfortunately, you're not making the cut for me. I know for a lot of other people you will. If you liked the video, please hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. If you have friends or family that might be interested in beer videos, please hit share. We're always trying to grow the audience. Until next time, cheers.